It's been over 20 years since Buffy closed the Hellmouth, put down her stakes, and left our television screens. Now she's making her way back to New Sunnydale and ready to save the world again. With so many new details emerging about the new upcoming Buffy sequel, let's go over everything we know so far, from who has been cast, plot leaks, and photos from set. So sharpen your stakes and let's dive right in. Hi Slayers, welcome to Sunnydale Scoop. My name is Sean, and on this channel we talk all things Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Buffyverse. Today we're going to be talking about everything we know so far about the upcoming Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot, or more accurately, sequel to the iconic 1997 Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series. From all the cast announcements to the leaked plot details, from leaked photos on the set of the upcoming pilot episode, speculation and possible release dates, there are so much details to cover today. So without further ado, let's start from the beginning and go back to February 2025. Earlier this year, it was announced that Hulu/Disney had greenlit a pilot order for a new upcoming Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series. Even Sarah had confirmed the details herself, even teasing fans with posts like these where longtime fans could recognize the Easter eggs. Was it a reboot, a remake, a sequel? There were so many questions and fans were divided. In fact, fans are still divided over this new series to this day. The show was set to be directed by Chloe Zhao and showrunners, the Zuckermans. Of course, Sarah Michelle Gellar not only playing Buffy again, but having an executive producer role on the new series. Little information was known at the beginning. The only thing we knew for certain was that Sarah Michelle Gellar would be reprising her role as the iconic Buffy Ann Summers. Soon after, we got new cast announcements that Ryan Kiera Armstrong would be playing the new Chosen One. As of the time of recording this, her name is still uncertain, but for now, most articles and leaks are going by the new name Nova. So in this video, I'll be referring to her as Nova, but keep in mind this is subject to change. Things were quiet for a while, and every time Sarah was asked about the series, she kept everything hush-hush. Not revealing everything, stating that things were too soon to talk about, but assured fans that they had been working on this for a long time and they have something really good in the works. Buffy fans were eager to find out exactly what this show was going to be about, who else will be cast, and if any actors from the original series will be returning to play their beloved characters. Recently, new details emerged where Sarah had posted over on her Instagram a little teaser in what looks like a table read for a pilot episode. Here we can see part of the script and of course end of days Buffy figure, a nice little tease for us fans. Of course, Buffy fans jump straight into research mode, changing the exposure on the image, trying to get all the details. A few details have been uncovered from these images, but most of it was rumor and speculation. More cast announcements soon followed. Falay Rakotavana as Hugo, a privileged, likable high school geek. Ava Jean as Larkin, a chronic do-gooder. Sarah Bock as Gracie, the ringleader of a group of church-going students. Daniel Di Tommaso as Abe, a photojournalist and Nova's single father. Jack Cartmore Scott as Mr. Burke, a popular high school teacher. Kingston Verns as Carson, a junior Olympian and popular student at New Sunnydale Academy, who is the object of Nova's crush and starts noticing her after a life-changing event. These cast members were announced all around the same time, and in recent days we got more cast announcements for Merrin Dungy as Mr. Luca, the college counselor at New Sunnydale Academy. Audrey Sher as Kiko, a high school student and member of the Academy's evangelical Christian group. Audrey Grace Marshall as Jessica, a high school student and member of the Academy's Christian group as well. And Chase Sue Wonders as Shirley, a vampire who's rumored to only be the monster of the week in the pilot episode, which we will touch on more of that later. Now, I tried my best to pronounce the actors' names. If I didn't pronounce anything correctly, please let me know in the comments below. Now, the next part of this video will contain heavy spoilers. While most of it is still rumors, some of what I'm about to talk about and show you is believed to be leaked plot lines of the pilot and photos from the set of filming the pilot episode. So if you don't want to be spoiled, click off now and refer to timestamps in the video in the description. However, if you came here for the juicy scoop, then keep watching. Before we get into the leaked photos from set, let's go over what is believed to be the plot line for the pilot episode. This has come from multiple sources, so take this as you will. I personally believe this is real and accurate, as most articles and finds of the script and the premise of the pilot do make sense with the images that have leaked on the set. So what we know so far is Nova, a 16-year-old bookworm, discovers she's a vampire slayer in a rebuilt Sunnydale, split between old Sunnydale and upscale new Sunnydale. It is rumored that the episode will open with Nova dreaming of an unknown previous slayer in battle, similar to how we first saw Buffy in Welcome to the Hellmouth. It is believed that the residents of New Sunnydale believe that the events that happened between 1997 and 2003 to all the monsterific history of the town is just a myth. Now, there isn't too much details on this other than the supernatural lore is just the town's old mythological past. So in celebration of that, the residents throw a cosplaying style festival known as Vampire Weekend, which will be the main event of the pilot episode. During the festival, vampires named Jack and Shirley emerge from a construction site, which is believed to be the sacred Shumosh land, paying homage to the episode in season 4, episode 8, titled Pangs, to the original series. Larkin, one of Nova's friends and new member of the new Scooby Gang, is also believed to be protesting during this episode to stop them from building on this land. The vampires emerged from the construction site are believed to be down there since 2003, before Buffy defeated the first and closed the Hellmouth, and they are ravenous when they emerge and end up killing a teenager and planning a ritual to raise a vampire army at what is called the Cursed Circle. No more further details on that at this stage. Once chaos starts at the Vampire Festival, Nova's instincts kick in and she gets into battle with the vampires, defeating them in front of her new friends Larkin and Hugo. Gracie, who we talked about earlier in the cast list, will also be witnessing this scene. Apparently, Hugo is a skeptic when it comes to the supernatural lore of the town. However, Gracie is a believer that slayers and monsters exist. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic unfold once they witness Nova using her slayer abilities. The episode is said to close out in New York City, where Buffy is now residing and working there under the name Anne, just like she did when she left Sunnydale back in season 3. She's working at an insurance firm and gets word of what is happening over in Sunnydale with Nova and the vampires. It is rumored she has one line before the episode cuts to something along the lines of, "We wouldn't want that," or "not again." I mean, "we wouldn't want that" would be awesome, since that's exactly what she said when Joyce woke her up for school on her first day at Sunnydale High. Now, what we know about Buffy so far is that she's going by Anne, just like I mentioned, and she is working at an insurance firm in New York City, leaving her Slayer days behind. Now, possibly because she is blaming slaying for something bad that happened to her, or maybe another reason, which we will get into later. Now, as of the time of filming this, it is believed that production started filming last week in LA for the pilot episode, and we have some leaked footage of the set. First up, we can see Sarah Michelle Gellar in her new corporate insurance look. Of course, she is in a very iconic Buffy red color, and she is carrying a designer Viva Magenta red colored purse. I wonder if she has a stake or some holy water in there. I think this look is great on her, and she has always been fashion forward, and this fit looks amazing on her in my opinion. Next, we have images from the Vampire Weekend Festival. You can see all the different stores selling spooky related merchandise and of course some carnival games, and an interesting Easter egg we can see here is of Snyder's name on a tombstone. Here are some images of the haunted house at the fair, which is modeled after the original Sunnydale High School. I think this is an awesome little detail. It takes me right back to the episode of School Hard, specifically for some reason. I love it and I cannot wait to see more. This video footage was found from Unmasked FX on Instagram. Thank you to them for getting this footage for us to see all of these details at the Vampire Weekend. Now here we can see Nova, Gracie and Hugo, what looks like they're in some like changing room area getting ready for a scene that they're about to shoot. All three of their styles look really awesome. Like they all look, from what I can see here, very characterized. I love Nova's look. I love her style so much. I can't wait to see more of her. Gracie looks pretty cool too. Looks like she's got like a preppy school style. I love Hugo's textured jacket from what we can see here. And here is Sarah in what looks like her in her directing / producing role, helping out the cast members in this scene. I'd say the vampires that we are seeing here in these scenes are just cosplayers, but so far I love the way the costume designs look. Now guys, there's so many different behind the scenes footage here of this vampire festival. Everything looks really great to me. I cannot wait to see more of it, to be honest with you. I think it looks really amazing so far. So far with this plot, you know, it's really interesting how they're calling Sunnydale New Sunnydale. I wonder if that's what the town will be called, or they're just kind of referring to that loosely. Let me know your thoughts down below on that. Well guys, that's heaps of information to absorb. I'm like so nervous and really excited to like see what else we learn about this upcoming series about New Sunnydale. There's a lot of debate online about what Sarah Michelle Gellar is wearing as Buffy in those leaked photos in the red dress. Me personally, I feel like, you know, if they're going this route of her like sort of going on with her life, doing other things, not slaying, going as by the name Anne now, and well, again, we should say, you know, she's now in her 40s, she's working in insurance. Like, I don't see why she wouldn't wear something like this to work. If you guys are, you know, are fans of the original series, I mean, most of you watching probably are, think back to the episode where she went and to try and get a loan from the bank, and she was wearing that sort of red outfit and that pencil skirt. Like, I mean, you know, obviously that's Buffy's idea of corporate, right? And like, that's kind of similar in a similar fashion. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, I don't see Buffy wearing a designer bag like that. A lot of people calling it a Birkin, but I believe it's like some other designer. I can't remember at the top of my head right now. But, you know, in my opinion, like Buffy's always been stylish. She's always been a fashionista. I mean, as a teenage girl, she, you know, even had designer things then. Like, you know, Joyce would complain to her dad about how she shopped too much for like new shoes and everything like that. And I mean, let's be real, that girl wore designer shoes on set as well. Like, I mean, wore Buffy in the scenes, you know? Like, for example, these shoes are Dolce & Gabbana shoes. Girl wore designer stuff when she was a teenager and had no money. So, If she's 40 something and she's going to, be working in insurance and making her money now, I mean, I don't see why Buffy wouldn't have those kind of things. I think it's good. It's kind of showing Buffy's roots and showing like who she is as a person too. I mean, of course, I imagine when she's in her combat scenes, like she might not be wearing that, but you know what made Buffy iconic is she always didn't wear practical stuff while she was slaying, but she still slayed. She slayed the wardrobe and she slayed the vampires. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you like the look on Buffy? Like, why don't you like the look? Because personally, I think it looks great on her. The rest of like the leaked photos on the set and everything, what they're doing with this sort of vampire fair, it looks really cool. It reminds me of the earlier seasons of Buffy. I really like it. Like, I think it looks awesome. I'm curious to see where this goes. I mean, based on the plot details we have, I think it sounds really fun and fresh. I like the idea of where they're going with Nova, if that is going to be her name. I mean, obviously we'll uncover more details as we go along. It's really interesting to see all this come out, and seeing Sarah get to work on set, like in her sort of producer role as well, I think is like really cool. Some of the cast members were saying that she was like, helping them out and everything, being really helpful on set, which is really awesome too. So guys, as we know, this was originally just a pilot order from Hulu and Disney, like I said earlier in this video. People are saying, oh, it's just a pilot order, it might not get picked up. I mean, most likely it's going to, with all the buzz around it, everything that's going on with it, all the, work that they're putting into it. They want people to see, so I'm pretty sure it's going to go ahead with a full-on series. Whether it succeeds, I guess we'll have to find out once it's aired. Based on everything that's happening right now with when they started filming, as of the time of recording this, it was about last week that they started filming the pilot episode. So they could still be working on some of the filming, or they could be done the filming by now. Everything's in the, editing phase and everything like that. I would say over the next couple of months would probably be when the pilot episode might be done and, has been viewed by the network and everything like that. And then going forward, I would assume that, let's just say if it does get picked up, which I believe it will, we might get a teaser, like I reckon maybe early 2026. So in saying that, I'm going to guesstimate that maybe the series will air either the end of 2026, like maybe October-ish in time for spooky season, or if they want to be extra and do like 30-year anniversary of Buffy, then it'll be like March 2027, which that could be interesting as well. I'm okay with that. I'm okay to wait so that they can polish everything, get everything set up. That's what I'm guessing will be the possible release dates and when we will see more official things, not just leaks. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments below what you think the release dates are going to be, or what you hope the release dates will be. In terms of like other speculation, some people are speculating that James Masters, who played Spike, might be coming back. Some people were saying that they thought they saw his name in that script photo that we spoke about earlier when they were like adjusting the exposure and everything. Some people, have just been speculating because he cancelled his upcoming convention dates as well. So does that mean he has to he's too busy filming or something? I guess, who knows? In saying that, every time he's been questioned about it, he's always very tight-lipped, doesn't speak a word about it. He's very hush-hush. Obviously, he knows something, whether he comes into it to some capacity or he's going to be, the Spike we know and love again. People are also saying, how can Spike return? He's a vampire, he's aged, this and that. I am going to make a video about my thoughts on that, about how Spike and Angel can return. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So we won't cover that in this video, but I will be making a video on that as well. Final thoughts overall. Honestly, guys, I'm just excited. I think it's really cool. I like the direction that they're going so far. If everything that is rumored is true, I think so far it sounds really cool. I like the idea of Buffy, sort of being away from slaying for a bit and maybe meeting young Nova sort of gets her back into gear, maybe reminds her who she is. There was rumors, like we said earlier, that she's sort of lost her way with slaying, something bad happened to make her come away from slaying. My speculation is maybe that's how they're going to write in Dawn's storyline, her unfortunate death. I mean, If you guys don't know, the actress did pass away earlier this year. You know, Sarah Michelle Gellar said that they were going to address it in a nice way. There wasn't much said on it though, but however, I wouldn't be surprised if they used that as like the reason why she's been away from slaying for a while, which could be nice. I mean, it's unfortunate that that's the thing, but it would be nice if they incorporate it in that way to sort of give Dawn more mentions and stuff as well. But yeah, let me know what you think of that theory too. Well, Slayers, that's all we have to talk about today in this video. As of the time of filming this, that's pretty much everything we know. Of course, if there is new information that's going to come out, I will be doing more videos on that information. And speaking of that, if you really enjoyed this kind of content and you want to see more videos from me talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, whether it's a new series or talking about the original series or just anything else Buffyverse related, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss anything uploaded here on Sunnydale Scoop. Comment down below your thoughts. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know exactly what you think about this new series. What do you think about everything we discussed here today? Let me know in the comments below. Bye, Slayers.